Hi there, Erika Cole, the church attorney, with you for a beautiful walk and talk. Oh my gosh, you see this? Love it. I love summer, but this late summer, early fall weather has just been phenomenal. So let me jump in what I want to talk about. This week was the Nationwide Internal Revenue Service Tax Forum, and I attended specifically to get information on the tax-exempt organizations' compliance updates. You know that a huge part of the work that I have done over 2 decades is serving churches, denominations, faith-based organizations regarding compliance matters for their operations. So there are 3 key takeaways I just want to share following this nationwide IRS tax forum. So the first thing is, I know that as people of faith, we think first about church as the outward facing kinds of things, right? So the preaching, the teaching, the music, and thank God for all of that, because while people say, I've heard people say, morning, that church is a business, I do not agree with that. There is definitely a business side of church, and that's what I want to really hone in on. So yes, we put a lot of time, energy, and money into that part. But we can't leave the other undone, right? We can't look the part on the outside, but then have things raggedy in the back office. And that is a lot of what causes the IRS to get involved, is the showy outward and the raggedy inward, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is, the IRS really hit on organizations understanding their fiduciary responsibilities. And morning. That is a huge piece of the puzzle that I'm grateful that my team and I get to fill, because when people sign up to serve, to volunteer, or to even be a paid staff person at a church, a lot of times they are, well, I would say 9 times out of 10, they don't get the training and insights that they need to help ensure that harm doesn't come to the church, right? So understanding the fiduciary duty, if you're on the church board, if you are the minister of music, or the youth pastor, or serve on the finance team, right? Whatever your leadership role may be, having the requisite training is key. And that's a big portion of what we will be discussing at the upcoming Church Law and Leadership Summit. So I really want you there. I want your church to bring your team and your leaders. It's literally less than a fraction of the cost of a 1-hour consultation. and you're going to get really key information there at this summit. The third and final thing I'm going to mention that the IRS made very clear is they are also heightening the use of technology in terms of identifying tax-exempt organizations for auditing. So again, if your church is not investing in its operations and its legal, and making sure the legal ecosystem that the church lives in hasn't been reviewed, or if you haven't ensured that it's sound, this is really, you all know we're living in a wild time, right? I don't have to tell you this. You have the news just like I do. So it's not the time to play around, because when things are out of order, it increases your vulnerability as a church. So sign up for the summit. I look forward to seeing you there. We have an amazing day planned for you. The agenda and the speakers are top tier, and I'm going to be keynoting, touching on these critical areas for your church's legal operations, okay? So we will drop the link below. I can't wait to see you there. Join hundreds of other churches around the nation, church leaders around the nation. It's going to be a great time, and I can't wait to see you. Bye.